Hello folks, and welcome back to Eerie Storytime. Today, our venture into the shadows of legends and folklore takes us back to Germany. In the heart of Munich's Grand Cathedral lies a mysterious mark, said to be the footprint of the devil himself. The legend of the devil's footprint blends faith, folklore, and a touch of the diabolical. But what really happened in that sacred hall? Are you ready to peek into the eerie shadows into the urban legend of the devil's footprint? In the heart of Munich, amidst the bustling city life, stands the Frauenkirche, a towering testament to history and faith. Its iconic twin onion domes rise majestically above the city skyline, a recognizable symbol of Munich itself. These domes have watched over the city for centuries, silently observing the ebb and flow of daily life. But the true intrigue lies just inside the entrance, where a single stark black footprint is pressed into the ancient stone floor. This enigmatic mark is known as the Devil's Footprint, or Der Teufelstritt in local lore. It's distinctly shaped like a heeled shoe, an unsettling and unexpected mark to find within the confines of a sacred space. The presence of such a symbol sparks curiosity and invites contemplation. Visitors from around the world are drawn to this spot, coming not just to pray and admire the architecture but to witness this mysterious impression firsthand. They gather around whispering theories and snapping photos. The footprint is strategically located in the vestibule, perfectly positioned where one might naturally pause, reflect, and take in the awe-inspiring vastness of the church's nave. Noticeably darker than the surrounding centuries-old stone, it stands out as a stark blemish, an anomaly that sparks endless speculation and fuels countless stories. Is it merely a flaw in the stone, a simple trick of the light playing with our perception, or does it represent something far more sinister and profound? Over the centuries, this enigmatic mark has blurred the line between documented history and captivating myth, weaving a tapestry of intrigue. The Frauenkirche itself, a magnificent example of late Gothic architecture, was built in the 15th century. Its remarkably rapid construction, completed in just 20 years, was considered an incredible feat of engineering and human endeavor, but some whisper that this speed came at a terrible price, a hidden cost. The enduring story of the footprint is inextricably tied to the church's very creation, hinting at a desperate bargain, a pact perhaps made in the darkest of shadows. Was it unwavering faith and divine intervention that truly raised these towering walls? Or was it a clever trick, a cunning deception played on the Prince of Darkness himself? The presence of the footprint transforms the Frauenkirche from a mere historical monument into a dramatic stage, the setting for a legendary confrontation between good and evil. It serves as a tangible and unsettling reminder that even the most sacred and hallowed of places can harbor deep, dark secrets, hidden just beneath the surface. And so, the legend of the Devil's Footprint, a tale of faith, deception, and mystery, begins. The legend tells of Georg von Halsbach, a name whispered with reverence and a hint of trepidation. He was the master builder, a visionary architect whose ambition soared as high as the spires he designed. He faced seemingly impossible odds in his quest to complete the magnificent Frauenkirche, a cathedral that would pierce the heavens and stand as a testament to human ingenuity. Funds were desperately low, threatening to halt construction, and the deadline loomed, pressing down on von Halsbach like the weight of the very stones he was laying. The pressure was immense. It was then, in his darkest hour, that a mysterious stranger appeared from the shadows, offering limitless gold, enough to realize his grand vision. But this was no ordinary benefactor. The stranger was the devil himself, and his generosity came with a chilling condition. The church, he demanded, must be built without visible windows, a monument to darkness, a place where light could not penetrate. Desperate and driven by his ambition, von Halsbach agreed to the devil's terms. But he, a master of his craft, believed he saw a loophole, a chance to outwit the Prince of Darkness. He cleverly promised that no windows would be visible from a specific spot inside the main entrance of the cathedral. The deal was struck with a handshake that sealed their fates, and construction surged ahead at an unprecedented pace, fueled by the devil's seemingly endless supply of gold. Workers toiled tirelessly, day and night, driven by the promise of completion and perhaps a touch of fear. The city marveled at the cathedral's rapid rise, a testament to human endeavor, or so they thought. All the while von Halsbach meticulously plotted to outwit his infernal benefactor, carefully crafting his deception. The Pact became a dangerous game, a test of wits where the stakes were nothing less than his eternal soul, ambition versus damnation. The architect's gamble was simple, yet audacious. Could he fulfill the precise letter of the devil's demand while completely subverting its intended spirit? The city watched in awe and admiration, completely unaware of the dark and shadowy bargain that lay beneath the foundations of their magnificent new cathedral. The legend serves as a stark warning, a cautionary tale about the perilous price of shortcuts and the inherent dangers of unchecked ambition. The foundation of the Frauenkirche, it is said, was laid not just with stone and mortar, but with a soul-risking deal, a pact with the devil himself. Von Halsbach's legacy, his place in history, would ultimately depend on whether he possessed the cunning and the courage to outsmart the devil himself. The stage was now set for a final, dramatic confrontation, a showdown that would determine the fate of a cathedral and the soul of its architect. With the grand cathedral finally complete, its towering spires piercing the sky, the devil, eager to claim what he believed was rightfully his, returned to Munich. He approached the magnificent structure, ready to collect his due for aiding in its construction. Von Halsbach, the architect, ever the picture of composure, greeted him at the grand entrance. With a gesture of welcome, he invited the devil to step inside and thoroughly inspect the church, ensuring it met the agreed-upon terms of their dark bargain. From that precise spot, strategically chosen by the clever architect, the devil's gaze met only a forest of imposing columns and deep concealing shadows. There were no windows to be seen, just as the contract stipulated, or so it seemed. Believing himself victorious, the devil, unable to contain his dark glee, stomped his foot forcefully upon the stone floor. This act of triumph left a permanent black mark, forever known as the devil's footprint. But as he took a step further into the nave, a breathtaking spectacle unfolded. Light, brilliant and pure, flooded the space, streaming in from windows cleverly concealed by the columns and the altar's ornate reredos. Realizing the extent of the deception, that he had been outwitted in his own game, the devil erupted in a furious rage, his power shaking the very foundations of the church. In his uncontrollable anger, he transformed into a howling, ferocious wind, a tempestuous force determined to tear the church apart, brick by brick, stone by stone. But the Frauenkirche, having been consecrated and blessed, stood firm. It was divinely protected, impervious to his demonic wrath and destructive power. Locals whisper that even to this day the wind continues to circle restlessly around the cathedral's iconic towers. It is said to be the devil, forever trapped, eternally trying to reclaim his lost wager, his defeat a constant torment. Von Halsbach's extraordinary cleverness not only saved his own soul from eternal damnation, but also immortalized his triumph over evil, forever etched in the very stones of the cathedral. The devil's footprint remains to this day, a stark and undeniable testament to the architect's brilliant victory over the forces of darkness and deception. The Frauenkirche stands tall and proud, not as a monument to shadow and deceit, but as a beacon of wit, ingenuity, and the radiant power of light. The devil, thoroughly outsmarted and utterly defeated, is left with nothing but his dark mark upon the floor and the bitter taste of humiliation. The captivating legend of the devil's deception endures, its echoes resonating through the vast and hallowed halls of the magnificent cathedral. And the devil's footprint, a symbol of a battle between good and evil, continues to draw the curious eyes of visitors, century after century, each captivated by the tale. The devil's footprint legend grew over centuries, gaining popularity in the 19th century as German folklore flourished. Visitors report chills, strange whispers, or a heavy presence near the mark. Locals share stories of childhood dares and odd sensations when standing on the footprint. Skeptics point to natural imperfections or construction marks, but the legend persists. Rational explanations can't dispel the eerie atmosphere. The story's power lies in its mystery, inviting each visitor to decide what they believe. The devil's footprint has become the Frauenkirche's most famous feature, drawing tourists and locals alike. The legend adds intrigue, transforming the church into a stage for supernatural drama. Munich itself is colored by the tale, its cheerful streets hiding ancient secrets, The church embraces the story, letting guides share it with a wink and a nod. The footprint invites interaction. People gather, take photos, and dare each other to step on it. It breaks down barriers, making the Grand Cathedral accessible and memorable. The legend ensures the church is not just seen but experienced. The Devil's Mark keeps the story alive in every visitor's mind. The Devil's Footprint has leapt from legend to pop culture, inspiring books, TV shows, and even video games. Paranormal programs feature dramatic reenactments spreading the tale worldwide. Writers and game designers borrow its themes of pacts and clever deceptions. The story's presence in media draws new visitors, fueling a cycle that keeps the legend alive. The Footprint is now a global narrative seed, sprouting in stories everywhere. Its mystery continues to captivate, far beyond Munich's walls. Is the Devil's Footprint a geological quirk or a supernatural scar? The truth may not matter. Its power lies in the questions it raises and the wonder it inspires. The story celebrates human cleverness, ambition, and the eternal battle between light and darkness. The Frauenkirche is forever the church that tricked the devil. Visitors come for the mark, but leave with a story. The legend keeps the cathedral vibrant, a living tale in the heart of Munich. As long as the footprint endures, so will the whispers and the wonder. It is a permanent invitation to believe in the extraordinary. Call that a wrap on today's delve into the shadowy urban legend of the Devil's Footprint. So what do you think? Could there be a logical explanation for the mark, or is it really supernatural? I look forward to seeing your feedback in the comments. Thank you for joining me on another glimpse into eerie legends and folklore. If you found the story interesting, then please like and subscribe so we can get our stories out there for more people to hear. Until next time.